Good morning, millennials.
We were off. That never happens.
You were a little behind.
I'm sorry. Usually I hear the click of the keyboard, and today I didn't hear it, so I was just like giving myself a second, but I'm sorry. Good morning, millennials. Happy Tuesday. We did it. We made it past the Monday after a long weekend, and we deserve a pat on the back. You know what we deserve? A vacation.
So true, but it is a sneaky Tuesday. I woke up this morning, like yesterday was such a hard, long day, and it's like it's only Tuesday. Ugh.
I actually had the most wild dream that like George Lopez's publicist was like hounding us to get George on the show.
And did we have George on the toast?
Bum. George on the toast. So then it was the day of, and George like wanted to come on like this particular day, and like we literally our fingers weren't working, so we like couldn't get the email written. And I think it was probably my subconscious like thinking that I'm always sabotaging like my own business. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If I had to look into it, that's what I think a shrink would say.
So did we have George on the toast or did we not?
We woke up before he was scheduled to arrive.
Oh, you got to go back to sleep.
I know. That's like the worst when you really are having like an amazing dream, like Zac Efron's your boyfriend or something, and then you wake up and you're like, bitch, go back to sleep. And you can maybe go back to sleep, but you never get back to the dream.
For sure. I feel like the worst is like, I'm always just having such an involved dream when my alarm goes off. And it's like, I need to finish it out. It's not like an amazing dream. My life isn't, I'm not,
Right.
Didn't win the lottery, but like I just need to see what happens here. It's like just the middle of a movie and you got to get up.
That's also the weird thing about dreams. Like I find like the timing of dreams to be so suspicious. How it's like, why is it always that I have to wake up right when the dream is getting good, or like right when something's supposed to happen, or I've been waiting for something to happen in the dream and it's like, oh, my alarm goes off, or how sometimes my alarm plays a part in my dream.
Oh, of course.
Like if I'm at a club,
someone turn your phone off.
Yeah, it's like I'm at a club and like that's the song they're playing, and then I realize like it's actually my alarm. Like how does my brain know, you know?
Yeah, no, for me it's always like in my dream I'm turning it off, and then but it's still ringing and it's driving me mad because I'm like turning it off, but I'm just not awake to turn it off.
That's the worst. You ever have like a dream where you're snoozing and you dream that like you got up and brushed your teeth and like
oh yeah, like I have started my day.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, I'm so great, I'm not feeling tired at all, and it's because you're still asleep.
Yep. I love talking about dreams. I think it's one of the most interesting topics of conversation.
Are you being sarcastic?
Yes.
Yeah, because I think actually talking conceptually about dreams is somewhat interesting, but hearing other people talk about like their dreams.
That's like one of my like core pillars. Like I don't want to hear about your dreams. Just
no,
like
I
hate to repeat myself.
I know.
I hate when people talk about their dreams, but you know.
But you're talking about dreams subconscious, not like their hopes and wishes for the world, right?
No, like,
because honestly,
it's interesting to hear about someone's hopes and wishes.
But if somebody just tuned into the show and you're like, I don't want to hear about your dreams, you're like, man, this girl's mean.
No, like she's had a rough year.
I actually rewatched our episode of The Toast yesterday because I thought it was so funny, and we were just being so funny. I just loved yesterday's episode.
You know when else we were being funny? Well, two other times. One, we did a Patreon episode where we started to answer Vogue's 73 questions, and it's so funny because the questions are like interesting questions
and very abstract.
Yeah, and one of the questions is like, tell us something that we don't know about you, and we come to the conclusion that you guys like literally know everything about us. But I found that some of the questions, like, you are learning some new things about us.
You know, it's just like questions coming at you from like no one has ever asked me like, what would the soundtrack of your life be called, you know?
Yeah, that wasn't a question.
Oh, maybe I skipped that one because it was on. Or like, if your life was a musical, what would the marquee say?
Oh yeah, that was a tough question. But if you want to hear our answers, head over to patreon.com/themorningtoast. Also, and then we were also being funny again on Instagram Live. Mm-hmm. Like that was just such a funny treat.
For anyone who caught Jackie and I's Instagram Live last night, it was so funny. We were just being insane. You know, it was that hour.
Honestly, it was like, that's when we FaceTime, like that's our conversation.
Right.
But it was just live for everyone to see, so it was funny.
For those watching on YouTube, you might have noticed my new mug that I'm sipping out of. It's actually some new merch, and you can get it at shopmorningtoast.com. It is, for those not watching on YouTube, it is a beautiful black mug that says Thirst Monster on it because I love to drink and I'm quite thirsty.
Yes, you are. Also, what is so crazy is that today is December 1st.
I know, you know, when I was going to bed last night, it was 12:02, and I remember, I'm like, Ben, I turned over, I'm like, it's December. And he was like, that's crazy.
That's
like
sick.
I remember last December truly like it was yesterday because nothing has happened since then.
That is so fucking crazy. Like December. That one really got me.
I know, and you know what's like a little freaking me out about it? It's that like 2020 is almost over, which I'm glad for because everyone's like 2020 is the worst.
But everyone was like 2020 is going to be better, but like 2020 is almost over and there's no road to better.
Right. So what I was in the middle of saying was that like
I know we just finish each other's sandwiches.
Like it's not getting better. So 2021, like at the beginning, like might also be like a big steaming pile of shit. And I think we all collectively need to like accept that because our expectations are like way too high. Like we're going to wake up on January 1st, like everything's going to be
like
better.
Reset.
No, it's not because it's only 30 days away.
Yeah.
And nothing has changed.
That's so scary.
It's so scary. It's very upsetting and depressing to think about.
Yeah.
Speaking of the lottery that you literally just said 5 minutes ago, I've been like holding on to that transition.
I'm glad that you could remember what you were going to say.
I started Lost.
Speaking of the lottery.
One of the I don't want to spoil it, but
I'm not going to watch it. And
one of the
everybody
characters
else already has.
One of the characters like who is on the island, before he was on the island, won the lottery back at home.
And now that's irrelevant, isn't it?
Clearly. And like nobody believes him that he's worth $156 million. We're like, yeah, sure, Hurley, whatever you say. And I will talk about it in the TV recap, but just remind me because I wanted to talk about it yesterday and I wasn't able to. Also, do you remember like 2 weeks ago when our last episode when we were talking about something and I couldn't remember what I wanted to say?
Yes.
I remembered it. Do you think anyone cares? Should I say what it is?
I remember what it is too now. So yeah, say it. It's always nice. I've been having these moments. Like yesterday we were talking about on the Patreon, we were talking about Dave Portnoy, and I was trying to think of a phrase, and I couldn't think of it, and so I just like stumbled. But what I wanted to say was he's a creature of habit, right? Because he's always at the same restaurants. I don't know what I said.
Oh yeah.
I was like, he's a lover of same.
He's like a one-time guy. But what I was gonna say 2 weeks ago, I
think it's so important that when you finally remember stuff that you need to share it
and that you follow up.
Yeah.
What I was going to say 2 weeks
Close
ago,
the loop.
We were talking about that viral video of the kids from Michigan and how we were so obsessed and how Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo Lover is such a good song.
And if you need a reminder, pretend I'm number...
What the fuck was that English?
Pretend I have a 7 on my shirt. Don't leave me out here dancing alone. You can't make up your mind. Well, you can't leave me out here dancing alone.
Okay.
Mine.
So what I was gonna say was that I was really waiting for Justin Bieber to like address the viral video, like in any way. Like celebrities love to get in on like they love to be annoying and like get in on viral moments.
Yeah.
And actually, Justin Bieber went live right before our episode of The Toast, and I was like in bed watching his live, commenting like, "Have you seen the video?" And I just wanted him to like acknowledge me or at least like the video, and he didn't. But that was the anecdote I was going to share whilst on The Toast 2 weeks ago.
You were going to say, I hope Justin Bieber acknowledges it.
No, and tell my story about me being
No, the live was after.
No, it wasn't.
Was it?
I was going to tell my story about like being a big loser, like commenting on Justin Bieber's live. Like, have you seen the viral video?
I'm sure he has, but he should have said something about it.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure the streams for Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo Lover are so much higher.
Are up.
Astronomical.
Yeah, also, you know what time of year it is, and this like really excites me?
Christmas.
Spotify end of year data. Data season.
We'll be getting our
excited.
data.
You know what? So I was just like looking through photos from this time last year, and I saw my screenshots from my decade in the review on Spotify, and then I was looking at like my 2014 most played song. It was a little mixed song that I didn't recognize the title. I was like, how is this my most played song? So I went to listen to it, and I remember it now.
Of course.
And it's so amazing. Like, now it's, like, going to be my most listened of the month.
I'm curious if other music platforms are going to do that, because it was, like, so popular last year, and it's, like, Spotify's thing. But I wonder if, like, Apple Music will do their own version of it since it's, like, so popular.
I think they have such limited data.
I don't think so. I think a lot of people, like, if you either, like, we use exclusively Spotify, so we can't imagine having, like, any Apple Music data, but, like, a lot of people do use Apple Music.
I only use Apple Music to buy songs on iTunes if I want to put them in a vlog.
For sure. Or, like, a video star.
Yeah, or we're doing Toast Radio.
Yeah, but other people, like, use it as their main streaming platform, and I'm just curious if, like, people are going to steal Spotify's idea.
Speaking of Toast Radio, don't worry. We're not doing another episode.
Gird your loins.
But our Holiday Toast Radio episode from last year, like, still applies to this year. So if you're looking
100%.
like for a radio program that'll get you into the holiday spirit, might I suggest Toast Radio Christmas 2019?
Did you watch CMA Country Christmas?
I did not.
Me neither.
And I really fucked myself last night because I was saying I needed to read the book for the Redheads, and I started it, and last night I had some free time on my hands because there was nothing on TV, and instead I started a new season of Married at First Sight, and I was up until like 1 o'clock watching it, and I was just like, I'm not that girl anymore. I don't want to be that girl. Like, it's upsetting, and I think it's because Bruno Sweets is at camp,
and your whole balance is off.
He really got me on such a good schedule, dare I say, a sleep schedule.
Yeah.
And now it's like I'm up till 1. I'm like waking up in such a huff, and it's
the drama.
It's not good. The drama
is real. Well, speaking of drama, tons of things. Well, not tons. I would say like mediocre news
here
today.
And there, stuff happens.
Here and there, but you know we can make a mountain out of a molehill here at the Morning Toast, and that's what we do every Monday through Friday on our YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed. And I think
we could get right into it. I think it could be time for the Fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast.
I'm so glad you brought that up, Jackie, because you know what? I've been dying to talk about it for a minute. Today's episode, very appropriately, it's December 1st. It is officially the holiday season. The Christmas tree and the big wreath are up in my building, which means it's time for today's episode to be brought to you by Lovebook, a personalized gift that helps express your feelings that might be difficult to say out loud. A lot of the Lovebook customers use Lovebook to revisit their fondest memories or to list the reasons why they love someone. Lovebooks are completely customizable and you can use them however you like. So if there's someone in your life who like, and just like a simple, like material item just won't cut it, and you really want to like show them how much they mean to you, Lovebook is fabulous. It's like a totally customized book that you can make for anyone in your life. They have express options if you just want to like kind of do something more generic, but you can really like customize almost every aspect of it. It's pretty fabulous. You can create characters that just like you look just like you or the person you're giving it to, with their features, their clothes, and you can even choose their hairstyles. So while you have the option to customize each page and personalize it as much as you like, you can also use the express option and create a complete book in just a few minutes. They are the perfect gift for any occasion, but especially for anniversaries, birthdays, and obviously Christmas coming up. For the person you love most, get them a love book. It's so cute. Like literally the story of Jackie and Claudia. I would do like Jackie and Claudia, like magical hosts.
Oh, cute.
Jackie and Claudia and the magical microphone. Something like that. If you want to visit lovebookonline.com, use the link lovebookonline.com/toast to receive a special 20% discount for our listeners. Again, that's lovebookonline.com/toast for a special 20% discount. It's great for the person in your life who has everything and someone who just like you really need to tell how much you love. And if we've learned anything this year, it's like you just got to tell the people you love that you love them.
Right, and show them with a love book.
Online.com/toast.
Okay, first story, love is in the air. A source is saying that Rihanna is dating longtime friend A$AP Rocky after months of romance rumors.
I heard about this.
The news comes after Page Six reported that the couple was spotted having dinner with friends at the Beatrice Inn in New York over the weekend. And now a source is telling people that they are dating. Rihanna, A$AP Rocky together.
So let's go through Rihanna's like most recent dating history because
Yes.
she had that very short fling with Drake. And that was everything of the sort, even though like he like embarrassed himself and like it was just so clear that like he was so into her.
She was
not. And honestly, I don't think him and his ego like have ever recovered from that because it was like really embarrassing like when he made that speech at like the VMAs or whatever.
And like she swerved on him.
Like hardcore, like just so not interested. Then she was dating that like prince, right?
The billionaire Hassan Jamil.
Yeah, and they
For
were like
3 years.
for a long time. And I actually thought that was going to be it for her, but it recently came to an end. Rihanna's just so interesting because she's a very rare type of celebrity who is like A-list and never has to lift a finger. Do you know what I mean? Like she worked really hard on her music and then her clothing, Savage, makeup. And now she's just at this like amazing place in her life where she's just raking it in and she doesn't have to step out to like work as a celebrity. Like she is just eternally famous. And now she could just focus, like I feel like everything around her is thriving. Like her businesses are so successful. Now she's going to focus on her. And like maybe it's just been the guy next to her all along,
Maybe. Or like, I don't know, some part of this story just makes me feel like they were at dinner with friends and everyone's like making this more than it is. I feel like people are always shipping Rihanna with someone and she's like, no.
Who do you ship Rihanna with?
Ooh. I feel like for a long time it was Drake, but now that you're like reminding me of that like very sad VMAs, it's just like that's too sad.
No, I know. It was like for all the people who were like really rooting for them, it was so exciting and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
Because I really thought that was going to be it for them. It's like finally.
I think that this is a super cute couple.
Yeah. I don't know if I see her with someone though like in the music industry.
Neither do I.
That's why I actually think the guy she was dating before, like very, very rich, like cosmopolitan man of the world, like that's actually exactly what she needed.
Right.
And maybe that's why it was so successful they dated for 3 years.
Right.
We need another one.
We do.
Another like rich, mysterious, tall, dark, handsome man.
Yeah, international man of mystery.
She needs a businessman Beau. Like
everyone needs a businessman Beau. Go get yourself one.
That's what it really boils down to. It's like if you lay your head on your pillow and you look over and there's not a businessman Beau there, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah. No, it's so true.
Because you want to know what's so great about businessmen Beau, is that obviously they're businessmen, so like they could provide for you, and like that's ideal. I'm very progressive, but I'm still a woman who just wants to be taken care of. And I don't think that's crazy to say. Like, yeah. I just want to be taken care of. But also, like, businessmen, like, they have a good head on their shoulders most of the time. And I just feel like they're good partners,
Yeah, I also feel like a businessman Beau, when you are an A-list celebrity, I think, like, a common theme with celebs is, like, people are taking advantage of them. Like, they have managers, agents, yep. They're paying all these people all these different things. And a businessman Beau can come in and run it like a business.
You know who I think
is Beau.
Actually a quintessential businessman Beau, who I don't think I don't think we ever would have thought, but now that I think about it, he's really the perfect business. Not for Rihanna, but just in general.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Okay, by the way, I just want to say, if you guess what I'm thinking, because it's so, like, random, seriously, you have to kiss me on the lips.
No. But it's my gift. Like, it's
All
my
right, I'll
prize.
kiss you on the lips.
No. If I guess what you're thinking.
I will give you, dead ass, $500.
Okay. I'm going to give you my guess now.
You only get one.
Jason Tartt.
Holy shit! Oh my God! I can't believe you knew that.
He's a businessman, Beau.
Because what you just described about like why it's so great to like be a successful woman with a businessman, Beau, who's like always looking out for you, like that's really how I feel like Jason Tartick and Caitlin's relationship is like so mutually beneficial. I feel like he is just like so caring about her business, and he's really, really smart, like finance wise.
100%. And even when he went on The Bachelor, like he went on as a businessman.
Yeah.
So like when he started dating Caitlyn after the show, like he came into the relationship like as a businessman and
offered his services. Jackie, I'm like freaking out. And by the way, I'm not paying you $500. Like obviously,
you guys, we have this all on tape.
It's like that's insane. That's insane.
No, but also I feel like when he was on The Toast, he was like talking about how they work together, and it really is this like great like celebrity businessman relationship.
No, and like of course a relationship is about love, but it's also about like living together and coexisting and like creating a life. And I just feel like
supporting your partner.
And I feel like they have literally like the most ideal relationship when it comes to their business. Like because Caitlyn has all these things going on. Jason has this like huge background in like finance, business, like management, and he's just like over here managing, and it's like so ideal.
Yeah. No,
I
he's
can't
like
believe
streamlined the business.
I knew you. That is so crazy.
We really spend too much time together.
We have one brain.
Yeah.
But no, that's exactly what it is. And like, so look how happy they are. They are proof of our theory that everyone needs a businessman, Beau.
100%.
Or businessman gal, whatever your preferences are. Like, you just need a businessman in your head.
A businessman or woman.
Business person.
A business person.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Wait, what was the story? Oh, Rihanna. Yeah. So I actually agree with you. I could see like everyone just being like dramatic here and trying to like make fetch happen. But also this would be a cute couple.
Agreed.
Yeah. One of my biggest regrets is not going to the anti-tour at Barclays Center.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Do you have like monumental
things
concert regrets?
I mean, obviously the time Bruno Mars was here and I was sick, but like I was sick. What was I going to do? I really couldn't go.
Yeah. When the Life of Pablo tour, Kanye's was at MSG, and I asked Ben to get me tickets, and he said yeah. And like I'm always like in charge in my house. Like I'm always the one like making the plans. And Ben was like, "Let me do it. Like I want to get us tickets." I'm like, "Great." And of course, literally the night of the concert, I literally had totally forgotten about it. I saw your fucking Instagram story that you were there, and I literally did not.
That was the one with the floating stage.
Yeah, I did not speak to Ben. I'm like, "Look, I handed over the plans to you, and we're sitting in bed on a Wednesday night." Like that was one of my biggest regrets. And Rihanna at Barclays Center.
Yeah, I'm sure if I keep thinking, I can think of more.
But like those are the ones that like haunt you, like especially now there's like no concerts, and it's like you're thinking of all the concerts you missed.
I know, but don't you ever feel like sometimes you would go to a concert and it's like, really, I got all like I'm like sitting there bored waiting for it to be over?
No, because you want to know why? You are a concert whore. Like you just go to concerts because like I go to dinner. Do you know what I mean? I will only go to a concert if I'm obsessed, and that's how I always have a 10 out of 10 time at concerts, because I will not go unless and then when I do go, like I will spend the extra money on great seats. Like
yeah,
you just go. Random man in Times Square? Margot, let's go. Like, that's what you guys do.
It's so funny because my time hop is like me, Margot, Dana, and Nicole went to like Barclays for 94.7 like country jam.
Oh, that actually sounds great.
And Sam Hunt performed, but it was right after the DUI, but he did an amazing job.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I also feel like concerts are the highlight of my life. Like when I think about when I'm like happiest, the most, endorphins in the air, serotonin in my brain, it's when I'm at a concert. And so it's like, okay, maybe not every concert is going to be that experience, but like I'm going to be on the road to happiness. Why wouldn't I just go to this one?
I really just can't believe you guessed Jason Tartick. Like, I don't know.
It's not that surprising.
It's not?
No, because like we just have, like if you said to me like, we just have things that like we
know,
common like things that we know about each other. Like if you were like, oh, what's an example of paparazzi being invasive? Like Dennis's funeral.
Yeah, I would have to think hard about it, but then I would say Dennis's funeral. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, some more romance news. TikTok star Addison Rae confirms she's dating Bryce Hall for the second time. Why are you sticking your tongue out?
Oh,
is that what the kids are doing?
No, I don't. No, the kids are doing this. Body yada yada yada. No, I do not support this. I do not endorse. I think this is like the worst decision Addison could have made. And I feel like we come on here on this show and we're like such big fans of Addison, and we say like everything she's doing in her career is just like so stellar. Whoever's managing her is a genius, and I think that this is a huge mistake. I really do. And Margot is like their number one fan.
I know she was. I thought that we ship.
No.
I thought
Bryce
it's
Hall
in the harbor.
is nothing of the sort.
Has she always been dating Bryce?
They've been like on and off, but they've been off for a while, and now
this is always like the TikToker she's involved
Yes,
with. There's
yes.
There's no other talker.
So first of all, I just think like from a business perspective, I think that Addison could date literally anyone else, and it would be like so good for her like business, her celebrity. She's a beautiful girl. Like, who wouldn't want to date her? Like, and I actually think she could find someone better in terms of celebrity.
Okay.
I also I'm on, all the shady TikTok pages, TikTok room. Like, I know a lot about Bryce Hall. Like, I know he literally punched a waiter because the waiter told him not to vape in a restaurant. Like, he's an animal. And I just don't think that's who Addison should be, like, hanging out with and associating herself with. And I saw, like, some videos of him, like, kissing a girl this weekend in, like, a bar or something. Like, so if I know that, Addison knows that. And I just, like, don't think that this is the wisest decision for her. And, like, above all, like, he's just not my type. Like, I think Addison is so cute and beautiful, and she could do better.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
and the truckers for Addison are agreeing with me.
Wow. And they're backing up because they're like leaving.
They're getting
like,
out of the
we're
port.
Upset.
They're getting out of the port. They are backing out.
Wow. I mean, I just was going to ship because I stan her.
Yeah.
But you've changed my mind.
No, it's just, I don't think that this is right. And
I agree.
She's a young girl, and like she probably feels safe with him. And I totally get it.
And I agree with you that like she could be dating someone and her star could rise completely. Like obviously we know he's married to Stassi Baby, but Noah Centineo.
Yeah, it's just like, I think Bryce Hall gets so much out of his relationship with Addison, and I don't know what Addison gets out of it. Like, I think he just brings her down.
Maybe
and I said what I said.
Love.
Maybe. Let's go on a pause mute break while this rear truck stops.
While they back it up.
So annoying. I'm like screaming just to like get over it.
Yeah, but of course now it's quiet.
Yeah, of course. Okay, should we?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
So of course, like the minute we
Paused.
go on mute, it stops.
I'm truly one day away from opening up this window and literally flashing my titties and be like, I will do this every day if you just shut the fuck up from 10 to 11.
They'll go crazy if you do that.
No, but I'll say, you'll get this every day, but if you're just completely silent from 10 to 11. No trucks backing up. Except on Tuesdays, truckers for Tasha have to show up.
Oh, for sure. We love them. Also, I feel like this news about Addison makes you just want to do a pouty face.
For sure. And then the renegade. Like, I know Margot's obsessed with them, but that's because, Margot's young and reckless, and I'm not.
And Margot, so I think Margot loves Addison, just like we love Addison, but she probably loves her more. And like, when Margot stands, she stands all facets.
Yeah.
And she doesn't choose, she wants what's best for you.
Yeah,
so,
Margot's just the exact type of person you want in your corner when you're a celebrity.
Yeah, so she stands all the way.
She's loyal, like, to a fault.
I admire it.
Yeah.
I do.
But I'm looking at this from just like I'm a mature 26-year-old woman. Is that a woman?
Yeah. 26.
2020, yeah. And I'm just looking at this from all different possible perspectives, and I think business-wise, she could do better, and then also just like relationship-wise, she could do better too.
Okay, I think that's a fair assessment.
And I would just love to be on this journey of like watching Addison Rae like navigate young Hollywood elite and like dating around, that'd be like fun for her.
Yeah, but there's still like more time. Like this is just
there's time. She's still only like 19.
There's time, curious time. Open me up and it's in a
give me no compasses, give me no signs.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, ready for our next story? This is like really big news.
Is it the really big news that's brought to you by Noom?
Yes.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Oh my God.
That's fucking crazy. Another one. That's the second one tonight.
Another one.
Today's episode is brought to you by Noom, the habit-changing solution that helps users learn to develop a new relationship with food through personalized courses. Getting in shape doesn't have to be about losing a specific amount of weight or a magic number on the scale. It's about building healthier habits and feeling better about yourself. If fitting into your favorite pair of jeans is a goal, then great. But there are many reasons why you might want to practice self-care, and every person is different. I actually feel that wholeheartedly, because like while I look amazing in pretty much every piece of clothing that I own, sometimes when I like treat my body like shit, like it feels like shit, which is something I never really expected. So every now and then you really just gotta take care of yourself. I get really tired when I don't really eat well, and Noom is here to help because it's not a diet. It is a habit-changing solution. And it's a healthy and easy to stick to way of life. No food is considered good, bad, or off limits on Noom. They teach you moderation, and it can be used in conjunction with pre-existing diets if you want. Noom doesn't tell you what to do and what not to do. They basically just teach you how to look inside your own mind and make decisions for yourself. And one of the things people love about it most, and I know Jackie does, is that they have one of the biggest and most accurate food databases available that lets you track your meal habits, visualize portion sizes, and see calorie density at a glance.
When you're doing food tracking, it's so nice to have so many options of things in the food database because you don't want to have to input all the calories
or the wrong thing.
Right. So it makes it really easy. Something that like food, writing down everything that you eat can be laborious, but not with Noom.
Noom is asking you to commit to just 10 minutes a day for yourself. And if you go off track, there's no shaming, just tips to help you get back on track tomorrow. You don't have to change it all in one day. Small steps make big progress. Sign up for your trial today at Noom, Noom.com/toast. What do you have to lose? Visit Noom.com/toast to start your trial today. That's NOOM.com/toast.
Okay, the big news. Felicity Huffman has scored an acting role.
This is crazy.
Her first acting role after her prison stint.
That was really fast.
Yeah, the Desperate Housewives alumna who served just 11 days of a 2-week jail sentence last year has signed on to star in an untitled ABC comedy inspired by the life of Susan Savage, owner of AAA baseball's Sacramento River Cats, according to Deadline. That sounds like a really good show in general.
Yeah, I didn't know what the show was about.
I didn't know it was a comedy.
I was really hoping it was loosely based off of what she went through.
Right. No, but it's about like a powerful woman baseball team owner comedy.
Love to see it.
The project will co-star Zach Gotteskin, who was in the Peanut Butter Falcon, and a bunch of other people who are working on this project.
So when I think of Felicity Huffman and like her career, you can't help but want to compare it to Lori Loughlin's.
Right.
And I feel like Lori Loughlin was just in like such a worse position in this whole college admission scandal for a million reasons. One, her charges legally were more because she paid more money. Two, she came from Full House, Hallmark Channel, very wholesome family content, and she was let go from everything immediately and will most likely not be back on those networks and doing that type of content because it is so family friendly and like Christian values, and they just don't want to be associated with that. And then she also legally, like her case went on for almost a year longer. Like she's in prison right now, right?
Yeah.
And Felicity Huffman got out last year. Like hers went on for so much longer. I don't know why. Like I'm sure it was like her lawyer's recommendation, but like I just feel like the two situations, which were similar even though they had different charges, like I so would have preferred to be Felicity Huffman.
Yes, I mean, of course, but I also think that just like Lori Loughlin was on all these like family shows and family networks, Felicity Huffman, like we said at the beginning, like this is something Lynette Scavo might have done, so it wasn't. Actually,
she did do it. There's an episode where she tries to get her twins into like a prestigious kindergarten and she like offers to write them a check or something.
Oh, that's so funny. So I don't know. It's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Lori in the next year because also Felicity did get out in October.
So like a year has passed.
It's been a year. Whoa.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, but it's just like watching the two court cases and then like the subsequent fallout and how they both come back if Lori does choose to come back. I didn't know Felicity was like, this is big
news, I think.
That she's even coming back to acting. Like, she could just retire. William H. Macy is still on Shameless. He makes a lot of money. She made a ton of money. Like, they could just, like, retire.
They could retire, but it's also big news that, she got a job.
Yeah, no, it's both. It's, like, the fact that she decided to do it and that they would let her back. Like, networks are so notoriously, like, controversy averse, like, and just like big media companies and corporations, like they're so lame, like they smell like even the smallest bit of controversy and they just like want nothing to do with it and they just like drop people left and right. So I do find it really interesting that Felicity Huffman was able to like get a job.
Yeah, I do too. The show sounds interesting, but a comedy, Felicity Huffman, we'll see.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I'll be watching it, but I will definitely be watching the course of Felicity Huffman's career.
Yes,
that's the show I'll be tuning into.
Next up, some more love is in the air. Mean Girl star Jonathan Bennett is engaged.
Yes.
To TV host James Vaughn. Very sweet.
Yeah, Jonathan Bennett had like a really interesting life, I feel like.
I know. It's like there was such a lull in the last 10 years, and now with all like the Mean Girls reunions and the Hallmark movie, like
his hosting capabilities.
Yeah, but also I feel like he's like now sort of like an influencer because of the way that he engages digitally with his past content.
100%. I agree with you. Like there was, after Mean Girls, you would think like he played like the hot guy, Aaron Samuels, like teenage dream in one of the biggest like teenage movies of all time. And you would think like that would make him into like the next Brad Pitt. But then I think after the movie, like there was just like no traction for him. And I know that for a few years he was just like quietly hosting on the Food Network, that Cupcake Bake Off show. I think it was called like, what was that show where they had like different bakeries across the country like participate in like cupcake challenges towards the end, and they would like become the cupcake caterer for like some event. I think it was called like, it wasn't called Unwrapped.
Cupcake Wars?
Something like that. And he was like quietly doing that job, and like every time I would tune in, I would be like, is that Aaron Samuels? And then he really parlayed that into some stuff. Like, it's actually quite impressive.
Yeah, and like we said a few weeks ago, he's now in a Hallmark Channel Christmas movie called The Christmas House.
And that's the first Hallmark movie featuring a gay couple, correct?
Yes.
Fabulous. And so he's engaged to who?
James Vaughn, who's a TV host. So I feel
Just
like
a couple of hosts getting married.
A couple of hosts getting married. I feel like this is just a good year for him, and I'm happy for someone who's having a good year.
Yeah, jealous, but happy.
Yes.
But happy.
Definitely. Nice news. Ugh, a fifth and final story. A little loss of love news.
What?
Brandon Blackstock is seeking $436,000 in monthly support from our queen, Kelly Clarkson.
Can I tell you something? Like,
ooh, Kelly Clarkson.
I don't know if this is like bad to say, because I really am like all for equality of genders. Like, I like to a fault, I would say. Like, I'm so like, I just think like there shouldn't be any sort of inequality, but something about like a man wanting spousal from a woman, it's like, get your own job, bitch, you know? Like, if a woman were to do it, I'm like, just do it, you know? Like, maybe that's just because I'm biased as a woman, but like, I don't know, something about like,
you're like team woman.
Yeah, but like something about like a man like wanting spousal support like makes me sick. Like, I know that's crazy to say because I'm so for gender equality, but like it makes me sick. Sorry.
I'm sorry that you're so sick.
I'm sick. Okay, how much money he wants?
And also because
that's an obscene amount.
Yeah, and she was granted primary physical custody of their two children. So he's requesting $436,000 in monthly spousal and child support, but like, where's the child support going if she's the primary custody queen?
I think that might be a big element of why I feel the way that I do, because like more often than not, pending like some like crazy, you know, situation, the kids go with the mom. So like the mom needs,
or it's joint, in which case, if there's a parent who's not working, they need spousal support to provide for the children when the children are with them.
Yeah, no, something about just like really wealthy people getting divorced and like how it all like spreads, it, like really is so interesting to me. Like, I think the fact that like Jeff Bezos' wife like got half of Amazon is like the best thing ever, and like I'm so here for that. But in this particular situation, I'm just not here for Brendan like coming for Kelly's change.
Yeah, whoever Brendan
is that not his name?
Brandon.
Whatever.
A source told the People that he has
people.
The People. Sorry, I was going to say the publication, but the publication is People.
People, yeah.
People magazine. That he has been, quote, equally unreasonable in his requests for child and spousal support as well as attorney fees. Kelly's offered to pay for all the kids' expenses, but Brandon seems to think he's entitled to and needs $301,000 in spousal support and $135,000 in child support per month.
That's insane. That is like $6 million a year.
If his request is granted, he would pocket more than $5.2 million per year to care for himself, their daughter, River Rose, and their son, Remington Alexander.
Even though Kelly has agreed to cover all the costs of all the kids and everything.
And to take care of them 100% of the time.
I feel like Kelly is a lot of things. And one of those things is she's a reasonable person. I don't think she's trying to like scam her husband. I think she just wants everything to be fair. I think she's a fair person. And this is insane.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know all the background and ins and outs, but this just seems unreasonable and like taking advantage.
Yeah, this is giving me Marriage Story vibes.
And
like,
of course, like I'm on Team Kelly.
Always. It's like I'm on The Voice and I'm on Team Kelly.
Always.
This is so sad. How much money do you think Kelly Clarkson has? I feel like she's like
so much.
Yeah, I feel like she's always like since she became famous has been making really good business and financial decisions and like good jobs, and she's never become irrelevant. Like she's had lulls, highs and lows, but she's always worked, she's always toured, she's always released music, and I feel like she'd never lived like a crazy life. Like she always lived like this humble life in Nashville. So I feel like she must have like $100 million.
Oh, I don't know. That's a lot, but also I feel like now she's in peak Kelly season, which is crazy.
You get paid like $25 million a year to do The Voice. Like you get paid crazy amounts of money. Yeah. Well,
plus
maybe not $25 million, but I remember like
plus her talk show.
The talk show's huge. Her music. She has a children's book. She writes songs for other people, which is like a great way to make money. But no, I remember on X Factor, they used to release how much people were getting paid, and like Demi Lovato, the season with Demi Lovato, Britney Spears got paid $25 million, and yes, Britney Spears is like huge, and so that's probably really high. But I know like all the American Idol people, they make so much money for that season, like because it's a huge network and it's a huge show. So
yeah, no, you're right.
That must be one of her biggest streams of income.
Nice.
I'd love to take a look at her books. Cook them a little.
I mean, maybe if like things get really messy, you might see them.
Yeah, I'll step in.
No. Like sometimes that information is published when we found out how much like Gina Kirschenheiter was making a year.
Yeah, that was like a sad divorce, like that whole thing.
A divorce.
TV recap. I really want to talk about Lost as just like conceptually, and if you've never seen it, please don't tell me I'm spoiling it. Just
you guys,
the show is 10 years old.
20 years.
Okay. And the TV recap segment is brought to you by Vega. And Vega has one goal: to help you power your story with premium plant-based nutrition that enables you to feel and perform your best. If you want to learn more about how to power your story with Vega, go to myvega.com/toast. That's myvega.com/toast. If you're looking to upgrade your daily nutrition with your smoothie or level up your afternoon snack, Vega has you covered from protein powders to bars made with real plant-based ingredients. Power your story with the #1 plant-based protein powder brand in North America, and you can learn more at myvega.com/toast. If you love to cook and you want to upgrade some of your recipes with Vega, you can use their products that are made with real plant-based ingredients. They're gluten-free, non-GMO, project verified, and vegan certified. So if you're looking to just change up your smoothies, your snacks, and you just like to get wild in the kitchen, and you want some plant-based protein, check out myvega.com/toast. Again, that link is myvega.com/toast. They also have a new program, Vega One and Vega Protein and Greens, with delicious protein powders and daily vitamins made with real plant-based ingredients. You can nourish yourself from the inside out. Learn more about Vega and all their fabulous products at myvega.com/toast.
Love it.
Okay, so I'm about 30 episodes into Lost, which is literally the beginning of season 2. Like, it is the longest show. Like,
but that's what you're always asking for.
Yeah, and it definitely has like. We first started it, me and Ben were like, this is amazing. And then it really just gets like dry. And there's so much about it that I actually don't like. And I just find it really interesting because I think like when it was on TV and I wasn't watching it live, like so many of my friends were, it was like as big as Game of Thrones. Like the ending, everyone was like, did you, like, it was like this whole big drama. And I think maybe just so much has changed in the last 10 years since Lost was on. Like, I just don't think it's that great. Like, it's good. It's a very good show.
I mean, that was like in the day when it's like ABC, Fox.
They were making the best shows.
And Lost was the best of the best. Now with all the streaming services, it's like there are so many quality, amazing, incredible shows that you'll probably never even get around to watching because there's just so much content out there. Like, the bar is just completely raised.
It is, right?
Yeah.
So I don't
think that makes Lost a bad show.
No.
But like in the age of like Game of Thrones, The Crown, all of these.
We're living in the golden age of television.
Mrs. Maisel, Schitt's Creek, like Lost is just like one of many.
Yeah, so it's not a bad show by any means. It's definitely like super interesting, and you like really grow to love some of the characters. But it's just killing me. Like, what the fuck happened to them? Like, I just want to know the ending so bad, and it's killing me not to look it up because it's like getting a little boring, and I'm only on season 2, and I've heard that seasons 1 through 3 are the best. I'm like, so this is the best.
Oh, so maybe you'll skip to the end.
But your husband inspired me because he said that he like loved it so much.
Yeah, he watched it recently.
Do you know how it ends?
I feel like I know how it ends. I've heard things from just like not from him, but from like chatter.
Yeah, so I'm like almost sure I know how it ends.
What do you think?
I don't want to say it.
Why?
Because I just don't want people like DMing me. Like, I just don't want to say it. But I'm like pretty sure I know what happens, but I don't want to say it because like maybe I'm wrong. I don't know why I think that. It's just like in my brain, you know?
Yeah, I think something too. We might be thinking the same thing.
100%, and it's totally how it ends. But it's good. I don't know if I would like recommend it like hardcore. Now I'm 30 episodes in, so I'm like definitely gonna like finish it. But it's hard because usually I watch shows on my own, and so much of my job is like watching TV and recapping it. So like I watch TV pretty much all day. But Ben like has a real job, and when I can't watch till like 6 o'clock when he gets home, it's like I'm moving so slow now.
Yeah, that's good balance.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm watching the newest season of Married at First Sight, and I
do the Married at First Sight fans called it MAFs?
Yeah, they do call it MAFs, which I learned. And the first 2 episodes, all the couples just got married. There's 4 couples, and honestly, like I was getting emotional. Like it was.
So wait, explain it to me. Like, when do they meet?
Okay, so I felt like before I watched Married at First Sight, like I thought it was an insanely stupid show, like stupid concept, like where they just plug 2 people and then have them get married and then like go figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's really not like that. Like there's thousands of candidates. They whittle it down to 100. They whittle it down to 50. They go to their homes. They have like a sociologist come, a love doctor, a pastor to talk with these people and really find the best match from like the thousands of men and women that had applied. And they choose 4 couples, sometimes 3. This season they chose 4 who are compatible in every way of life. You know, in their faith, in the way that they're messy or clean, like things like that. Like they really do their due diligence. And these people who have signed up for the show, they're not like thirsty Bachelor contestants. Like they are people who, for one reason or another, like have not been able to find love on their own. And they like really seem like decent people who want a partner and like want to be married and just like be done with it. Not to like go on the show to get a divorce.
Have a career.
I'm sure there are people who come in like that with like ulterior motives, but like this season especially, it really feels like these people like really want love, and they're obviously like being attracted to the person is a big part of a relationship, but it's not the only thing. And like when you meet the person, they meet on their wedding day.
Okay. Can they turn back?
I don't know.
Okay.
I've not heard of anyone turning back, but it's like if someone were to turn back, it would mean that they weren't there for the right reason, because you have to expect that the person isn't going to look like what your dream, like, you know?
No,
like,
of course.
And it's also, what do you look like?
Yeah, right.
So they meet on their wedding day, their families meet, they have like a wedding ceremony, and they have like some time to talk, but everything is like kind of really awkward. But the way that these people are just like so excited and happy, and like their parents are like, I never
Does the show like coordinate the wedding, like plans it?
I think so, because all the weddings look the same.
Okay.
And their parents like went from having, you know, a 30-year-old single child who hasn't had a relationship in 10 years to like a son-in-law, daughter-in-law, and like they're getting married, and like it's really joyous. And I was just getting emotional, like that these people, and I really think that this season 9, like the couples that they found, like are gonna work out. I think there are some like I think like 3 out of 4 of them could work.
Wow.
But then I saw like the previews for the season, like people are packing up.
Oh,
and
always.
People are seen at bars with other
people
girls.
on reality shows like love to pack their bags.
No, so like it could go either way. The episodes are like really slow, but I have so much more respect for like the show and the concept now, seeing like how much goes into it, and that like it's not like they just pluck 2 people and like get married because you want to be married. So
people have been really wanting us to like dive into like the TLC reality show sphere. So I'm glad you're doing Married at First Sight. And obviously I think one of their biggest shows is 90 Day Fiance, Before the 90 Days. And I've actually seen quite a few episodes because TPG is obsessed with it and is like always trying to get me to watch it. But I know it's like a funny show, but somehow like I always end up like feeling really sad. Like, because some of these people just make such bad decisions, and I know that it's real. Like, I saw this episode where this girl like...
Wait, so it's 90 Day Fiance. What does that mean?
I don't really get it. It's like...
And what's before the 90 days? They're dating? Like,
I don't know what before the 90 days is, or 90 days the other way. They have like a million spinoffs. But 90 Day Fiance is people... It starts with people in America who have like met people online or over the phone who live in other countries and have decided to get engaged to get like the K-90 visa, where it's like you have to live together for 90 days. I don't understand the whole thing, but it's something legally. But like I just see these people making horrible decisions. Like this one girl who like lived in Oklahoma who had never met this guy before. She went to visit him. I forget where he lived. Maybe Morocco. And he was so mean to her that she like literally left, went back to Oklahoma, and then wanted to go back and brought her like 4-year-old daughter to a country where they had nowhere to stay. He was such a dick, like wouldn't let him stay, and it was like the grandparents were crying, begging, like leave the kid with us. It was so upsetting. Like
that's upsetting.
So I don't get why people like the show. It makes me want to cry. Like it's so sad.
That is really sad. That's not like what Married at First Sight is.
Except I did watch a most recent episode, and there was actually like a really cute couple, this girl like Ariel from New Jersey who married this really sweet like Ethiopian guy, and he was like, they got pregnant and she like delivered the baby in Ethiopia, and like he was so happy, and like actually they were actually kind of cute. But I can't run the risk of feeling sad. I can't watch stuff that makes me sad.
Yeah, no, I don't think that this would make you sad. I think it's like really interesting. It's a really interesting concept. It's like crazy that it's a show, but it's also like they're not just like trying to make television. Like I really do think that the people who make these matches are invested in the matches like being correct, because they're legally binding marriages. Like they're literally deciding 2 people. Like if you want to get out, you have to get a divorce.
Right, which is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our TV recap segment. We have The Bachelorette on tonight, right? Nothing else?
No, nothing else. Wow. Now, like last night I was like, what am I going to watch? And now like this week it revs up.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it just like hits you hard. Like OC Housewives, Salt Lake City Housewives, The Bachelorette, Southern Charm.
Yeah.
Used to be Kardashians. Now the Kardashians is over. So it's a great week to be a fan of reality television. It's a great week to be a toaster.
Always.
Thank you guys so much for listening to The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we deliver the fast 5 stories that you need to know every morning, Monday through Friday on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. We're also available as a podcast anywhere podcasts can be found. So that's Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, all the places wherever you listen to podcasts. Find us, The Morning Toast, and leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are. We hope you have an amazing day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for Hump Day.
Woohoo!
Bye.
Goodbye.
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 Goodbye.